Saturdays on the road. Saturdays on the road. Oh, yeah. Woo. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey. Oh. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Woo. All right, all right, all right.
Well, got up, got ready to rock out of the Pilot down there in Bridgeview, and I'm driving. I'm on Harlem Avenue heading south. I'm in another blue collar suburb called Stickney, very industrial and blue collar residential, and just driving up Harlem, all kinds of typical urban sprawl. Of course, we got our Mexican restaurants too here. There's a large Mexican population in Chicago. In fact, my old neighborhood turned into was basically a Polish-Italian neighborhood, but eventually turned into a Mexican-dominated area. There's another White Castle, not gonna stop, not ready to eat. But anyway, just want to let you know I'm heading up Harlem here through a bunch of suburbs. Eventually we'll get into the city. I'm actually going to stop at a Best Buy. I need to get one of those sticks where I can use this so I can get a distance away from, get the camera, the phone distance away from me. I bought a little easel when I was back down in Hermitage at an electronics store, but they didn't have any of those, I don't know what you call them, extension sticks for phone cameras. But anyway, I'm going to see if they got them at the Best Buy. There's one on Harlem here. There's all kinds of stuff on Harlem if you just keep going. And, maybe we'll check in over there. Well, no luck at the Best Buy. Supply chain issues. Everybody's blaming it on supply chain issue. Go Amazon. No, I don't do Amazon. I boycott Amazon. That's a nasty way to do business with those people. But anyway, I like the option of just walking in somewhere like it used to be. You need something, you go get it, instead of waiting for somebody to bring it to you. So anyway, that's my little shtick on that. But she told me, the lady, nice lady, it's unusual to get help at a Best Buy. But this nice lady, Jada, told me that there's a Five Below behind the store. This is behind the store. She meant probably that mall, North Riverside Mall. So I thought I could just walk down over there and not drive over. But, or it might be just here. The Five Below. They got those in Houston, too. Is it open? Yeah, I think it is on the corner. Anyway, well, I'm going to check over there. I didn't think it would be this hard to find what they call a selfie stick. I didn't know that's what it was called. I just tell them a stick you put a phone on and an extension. But, yeah, this is a beauty store. Anyway, okay, well, I'm not going to take any more video of me ranting and raving, so. Well, it looks like that was a wild goose chase. I don't know. Went to the North Riverside Mall, which is your typical huge mall. I didn't see a sign for the Five Below. I drove over there, and I didn't want to go inside, so I decided not to deal with it. So moving north. Actually, I should have taken. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to have to take a U-turn here, and I'm going to head to an LA Fitness that I usually go to I was in Bridgeview, and I'm going to Broadview, where the LA Fitness is in Broadview. I got a tight, huge turn here, so I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah. Bridgeview to Broadview. There's a song. And by way of the Best Buy, where they don't have, none of the Best Buys have selfie sticks. They're all out. They're all in the slow boat from China, somewhere waiting to dock in LA somewhere, I guess. Anyway, so I'm at the corner of Cermak Road, which is also 22nd Street. So that's 2200 South and Harlem. And I've just U-turned around because I want to get on Cermak heading west to get into Broadview and go to the LA Fitness there. So I'm just kind of running some errands, just trying to get some things that I think I need. And so, but I'll be over at the LA Fitness probably about 10 minutes. Won't take long. Actually passing by the cemetery, Woodlawn Cemetery. Lots of cemeteries on the west side, west burbs. Actually, Forest Park, mentioned it previously, has more dead people per capita than people that are alive in the city. At one time they did. I don't know. Maybe they had an influx of population. I know they have the most bars per capita in the state because it's around it. It's kind of surrounded by dry suburbs. And but we're not quite in Forest Park. We're actually, as I'm saying, heading to Broadview, to the LA Fitness. So just a little tidbit of information about the west side, west burbs of Chicago, and the proliferation of cemeteries out in that area. So there's very few cemeteries in the city limits because it's very urban, very what would you call it? What do you call it when it's kind of packed in? There is a word for that, but I'm missing it now. So everything kind of moved out. Everybody burying their folks out in the suburbs. At the time, a lot of these, when a lot of these cemeteries started, obviously there were no suburbs. It's just open land, and the sprawl kind of built around the cemeteries. And that's what happened. Hey, it's actually a beautiful day in Broadview. It's overcast, about 80 degrees. I love overcast weather. And this is where I'm going actually next, Dollar Tree. Dollar Trees have become, they're not dollar stores anymore. They used to be the only place that you'd get anything, everything in there was $1. Everything in there was $1. Sometimes two for $1. But now with the inflation and all that, they've decided to raise prices. They're turning into kind of like a Family Dollar, one of those kind of convenience store dollar stores that aren't really dollar stores anymore. But anyway, they used to have ice. That's the main reason I'm here. The ones in Houston, the two that I used to go to get ice, don't have it. And I don't need ice in Houston because I got at home I can get my coldness. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see if they got ice here, and I'm gonna check it out, and then I'll pack the chest again. Okay, actually, we're in Maywood. Actually, I'm gonna take a right here, and I believe north of we're going to be heading east down Roosevelt Road, which is about 1200 south, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let me point the camera down the road here. I got a Red Hot. It's Red Hot. It's been there before. Anyway, Maywood, Illinois. Maywood, Illinois is where John Prine grew up, and it's actually a suburb that's not too far from where I grew up. It's where they had the thoroughbred. No, it was the harness racing. It was a big deal at Maywood Park, harness racing, and then across the street was like a kiddie land type thing. It was a wonderful entertainment district that they had. That was at North Avenue and First, which we might pass by. I don't know. But I'm going to try to get into Berwyn and maybe Forest Park a little bit before I head to the gig. There's a couple places I want to show you. But yeah, like I just started this like JJ's Fish Joint and Chicken. Yeah, there's this one corner. Behind it is a Popeyes, and then another place that's got chicken. Sharky's Chicken or Fish. So a bunch of chicken places here in one block. That always happens at gas stations. You got 4 in one corner and you can't find one when you need one. And chicken joints, 3 in one corner when you want a beef. But there's a beef. And a Maxwell Street you can get over there. So they're all over the place. So it's food heaven in Chicago. There's all kinds of stuff. It's hard to stay skinny. Repacking the cooler, always a fun thing here. And this thing, actually, I had that Dollar Tree was out over in Broadview. I'm actually on the edge of Forest Park. I thought we were still in Maywood, but we're still in. So it gets to be quite a mess in here. So anyway, I bring avocados, keep them in the paper bag here. They're ripening, and I've got one ready to go. That's a good road food. Anyway, I found a bag, $1.25 bag ice. I think it's about a 7-pound bag. So a lot cheaper than you would get it on the road in the truck stops. But that's kind of the stuff that I'm loading in. I keep sandwich stuff in here. Hard-boiled eggs always keep around. Apples don't go bad that quick, so I keep those going. And some water, Gatorade, Powerade actually. So here's something that's interesting. Is I've been doing this avocado. It costs more, a lot more. Avocado oil mayonnaise. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Avocado oil mayonnaise, and it's a lot better for you, they say, than any kind of other oil. So I've been trying to switch over to avocado oil for cooking too, and that at home. So yeah, this is what we're looking like in here. So I'm going to pack this damn thing up and get on the move again and head towards that place on Roosevelt. I just happened by this Dollar Tree here and finally got ice. Fired up back over at the Dollar Tree, and when I fired back up, my icon came on for low tire. So I went over here. I found a Citgo. So just a little detour here. So I did fill them up. The one was down to about 30. They usually fill up to 40. I'm not sure. And then the others were down a little bit. It could be just a weather change. Coming from 100-degree weather down into lower pressure. So, I don't know. But I got them. I got the tires fired up. So, all the little things that go along with taking a trip. I've been lucky pretty much for the most part. I haven't had this. This has been a very good vehicle for me. I had it since 2000. I think it was early 2015, end of 2000. Yeah, this is 2014. So I bought it pre-owned from CarMax, and it only has something like 17,000 miles. It was a fleet for a rental. So I don't know what rental company, whoever had it. That's where it came from. And it was, like I said, it was only, I think, maybe max 17,000. So I pretty much had this through the whole life. I think we're over 130,000 now after all the trips I've taken on it. About 8 years old. So we'll see how long it goes. But overall, not too many problems with it. It's okay. It's running okay as far as I'm concerned. Knock on plastic or whatever. No, that's metal. And okay, hopefully we'll make it to that place in Berwyn. Well, traffic's too insane going down Roosevelt Road past Harlem. Remember, we were on Harlem before. We got that far, and It's all, as you might see ahead, I don't know if you can see that, pretty well backed up. That's all the way to the next light, which is about 3 blocks up. So it's pretty crazy. I'm going to just zip around, and I'll probably just get on Harlem North again here. I'm in the wrong lane to do that, but I will twist around. And it's always interesting. Trying to get into this little alley, but I don't know if this guy is going to let me do it. Down this alley, sneaking down the alley with Sally. There's a song in there somewhere. Sally's not here though. But anyway, here we are. We're in a Berwyn alley. Berwyn. We get to see some Berwyn houses here. They're pretty much nice, modest, middle class, working upper working class, wherever you want to put us. Anyway, so let me see if I can get some houses in this feed. I know I'm in the wrong. So there we go. There's a house. Some houses. Typical Berwyn houses. Anyway, nothing, 2 flats on this side. So I'm going to try to jump back on Harlem, and we'll see where I'm going next. Well, we got through that intersection, and now you see 290. 290 is in Chicago area, is called the Eisenhower Expressway, or short, we call it the Ike. And it runs straight west out of downtown, east-west, and then curves north further out if you get into the burbs. And anyway, moving ahead here, across 290, we're still not on the north side. We're still on the south side of Chicago. Still South Chicago area. We're actually not even in Chicago yet. We're still in, we just coming out of Forest Park. We're going to go into Oak Park. And famous for a lot of architecture, and it's an old city. Oak Park is an old city, not as old as Chicago, but almost. And we'll probably get into there. I'll probably do a little bit more in Oak Park area when I hit Forest Park. But I think we're still in Forest Park when we hit Lake Street, the Oak Park. Or I think Oak Park might be, Oak Park's to our right, and Forest Park is to our left. It's one of those things. We're right up the middle on it. So and traffic. It's a Friday. Friday, what is it, about almost 4 o'clock? So I didn't expect 3:30. I didn't expect it to be much better. Oh, we're going to pass Parky's. Parky's is a place that I've eaten a lot of hot dogs from in this area. It's over to the left there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just try to get it. It's next to this Chipotle. Parky's. Truck getting by. Parky's. Anyway, I don't know if you caught that. It's kind of hard being alone here trying to drive and be a tour guide as well. But I'm making sure that I'm safe first, and then taking photos or taking video later. Harlem Avenue is Route 43 in Illinois 43. It's, like I said, it runs way from the south, and 43 runs all the way down to the south end of the state and to the north end. But it's Harlem Avenue for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And anyway, as I'm traveling up to the north side, I'll let you know when we get to the north side. Actually, we are in the north. We are officially when we pass Madison Avenue. Madison Avenue is 0. I mentioned that earlier. Washington Boulevard here is what we have. Washington Boulevard is 200 north, I believe. And we're going to eventually get up to about 5200 north. That's where the gig's at tonight. So it's going to take a little while to get that far north, maybe about an hour, not quite an hour to get that far north up Harlem. And still got plenty of time. We started 8. And we told Marlon that we'd be there at 6:30. I called him and confirmed that. So anyway, here we are. Yeah, Oak Park, Forest Park. There's a Mr. Beef. A lot of people like that one. But I don't know if you're seeing the same thing because I'm not in a wide screen here. It's a lot easier for me to drive and do this. And there's an L. That's the Lake Street L, which is one of the rapid transit lines. I don't know if it's the green line, the blue line. They went to all that stuff: blue line, brown line, red line, purple line, whatever. We used to call them. It was the Ravenswood. It was the Howard Street L, Lake Street. This is the Lake Street L. A lot of people still call it that, but they go by the color coding with the things now. Yeah, we're going to pass Lake Street. Now we're going to be, eventually we'll be fully into, no, I think Oak Park will always be to our right here. And we'll actually go up into Elmwood Park, where is one of my favorite beef places is at. Not going to go there today, but there's a nice park right here that, which is, I think it's Forest Park. I'm getting a bit confused. I kind of know my way around. But there's also River Forest, which is right next to Oak Park. So we might be all the way, this might be River Forest to our left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. All you're seeing is plastic there, sorry. Okay, Denny's, they're everywhere. Don't go there. I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it's a 24-hour place. It's a good place to hang out late night, but their bacon sucks. So if you're into bacon, don't go to Denny's for it. Just my opinion. Of course, there's probably people that love Denny's bacon. So all kinds of stuff going on here as I'm driving, and we're making decent time considering. So I'm going to sign out for a second here and pick it back up when we get a little further north. Okay, coming up on Belmont Avenue in Harlem. There's this place called Luke's you'll see to our left. That's one of the beef places I might go into ever so often. Interesting crew there. Some old high school friends I know in there. And then White Castle. That was one of our main White Castles. I'm getting pretty close to where I grew up. So that was an interesting. Well, there's one of those. I think we have them in Houston too. The Taco Burrito King. I can't remember if we do. Yeah, I think we do. Trying to get by here. Oh, what we got? What would pass by here? It's this is a place where I'll do my laundry sometimes when I'm on the road, and back about a block, and across the street they got a great Italian deli that I like to go to. So there's little stores and stuff along this way. It's like interesting restaurants and just little odd stores, and then it changes into some corporate thing after a while. So there you go. And you'll still see some Polish stuff. I mean, this is turning to the right. If you go into that neighborhood, you're going to hit some Polish delis and that off Addison, which is the next street we're coming up on here. So we're at 3600 North. Addison would be 3600 North. Franksville is a classic old place, and I'm not sure if it's original owners or anything, but that'll be coming up on our left, beyond the Golden Arches. Franksville. Yeah. Okay, Harlem and Irving Park is a big intersection here. There's a bunch going on here. There's what we call the hip Harlem Irving Plaza, big mall area. They built it out quite a bit, and there's all kinds of stuff around here. None of these people are coming out of the alley. I don't know if they went in or not. Actually, if I took a left here, I'd hit Rolling Stone Records, which was the old record store. And hopefully we'll see that, because I know I have to drive. Eventually, I have to drive down Irving Park Road, heading west. Right now, we're still heading north on Harlem. Route 19 is Irving Park Road coming up. Let me see if I can get a little more bigger, kind of, so you can see. I decided to pull over and eat something. I've got plenty of time to kill here. I needed to figure out I've got plenty in the cooler here that I'm going to grab. Probably I'm going to have eggs and avocado, maybe a sandwich. We'll see. But time to eat. I've just passed Montrose. Montrose would be 4400 north. Lawrence is 48. Foster's is 52. We're going to get up to 52. So making good time, getting up towards where we have to be in a little bit. And then I'll head west about a mile or two. And yeah, so we're not too far from where we're going to have to wind up being. Hope you're enjoying the tour of Harlem Avenue. I actually just pulled off. I'm just right off the road here, and I found just a little parking spot. And what's in this thing? It's got they got an Italian foods kind of deli slash cafe. Italian deli slash. There's a nail place, a massage place, and I don't know if you can see that. There's a Taco Burrito King on the corner. Taco burritos. Big burritos. That's kind of the popular thing in Chicago Mexican food is the big burritos. But anyway, I'm going to eat some other stuff here. Oh, while I was eating, I noticed, I looked up and I looked at the street sign. That's actually the street that kind of runs in to, and I don't even know if the street kind of, it's not even a street. It's just a street name, but it's, anyway, Agatite. And I know that the street runs further east, towards my area more, but, it's north of Montrose. But anyway, the significance of that street is that I used that name, was inspired by that street as a woman's name in one of my songs. So maybe if anybody knows my stuff, maybe you'll remember that name coming up. So, and of course we got the Lover's Lane, the obligatory love shop. Anyway, I'm thinking about maybe even going in. I got some time to kill. I might go into this. I'm going to pull back a little bit here. This deli. This looks kind of interesting. Maybe I can get some jardiniere. It's one thing I can't get and usually get in Houston is some good jardiniere. So I might go in over there. Check it out. Get a door here. Do a kind of. They're closing at 7. Yeah, they're open for a while. Take a look at some of the stuff they got down over here. Interesting cheeses and stuff. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing like a video travel blog type thing.
Oh, okay.
So I pass by. I'm originally from Chicago. I live down in Texas now, but I tour. I'm a musician that tours around. So I happened to be by here, and I stopped for another reason in this land. I said, that place looks interesting. I'm gonna have to come check it out.
Oh, thank you.
How long you been here?
29 years.
28 years.
29.
29. Okay. See some of the stuff they got.
Nice to have you back. Yes,
So this is kind of more of a cafe.
it's
This
nice
is
to
like
have you back.
oh, thank you. You overheard. That's fine. That's like there's a satisfied couple here, and
It's an amazing.
oh, what's that?
It's an amazing place.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything is good.
Oh wow. I'll have to eat here sometime. I'll have to come back. I'm going to be in the area for a while, so yeah.
You seen Guy Fieri was here.
Who's that?
Guy Fieri from the Food Network.
Oh, I see. The Food Network. Well, I'm not as famous as him, but
Okay, I got you.
I'm coming from the music side. I'm a musician coming through, so I'm playing jobs in Chicago area,
Okay.
and I came up from Nashville, and I was in Effingham, Illinois. I was in different places.
Definitely
So
to try to tell the food is fresh.
yeah, I definitely will come in here and eat. I actually was wondering if he had. They don't do like like a bottle of jardiniere. Something I can't get. And they do have something that's in. Okay, let me take a look over there. I'm gonna take a look over there. Thanks a lot.
Cannolis are sick.
Okay. Oh no, a bottle of jardiniere, like hot jardiniere.
I know they sell it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. Oh, over here. Yeah, they have like a section. I bet you there's something over here. Anyway, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I liked. It goes good with just about anything that you want to put it on, well, especially on Italian beef sandwiches, pastas, There's, yeah, I've had it before. This Del Alpe, pretty popular brand, so I'm probably going to wind up getting one of those. And so yeah, this is not a huge place, but it obviously comes recommended here. We're going to try to come back here someday, and we'll talk more with them. Okay, more food porn here for everybody. They say that what was the famous critic that came in here? What was his name?
Guy Fieri.
Guy what?
Fieri.
Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri was here. Like some of you people, I like watching food shows, but I don't remember the guy's names that it was. Is he the guy with the crazy hair? Yeah, he's the guy with the crazy hair, spiky hair. So everybody knows him then. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So he was here, huh? I bet you he stuffed himself and he had fun. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Interesting. Like I said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get my bottle of Jardinier. My bottle of hot Jardinier. And we'll find out more about this place. Yeah, the name of that place, again, Rex Italian Foods. I got a menu and the email for it just in case I do put them in. And I imagine they'll wind up in the blog. The vlog, I guess you call it video blogging. It's kind of what I'm doing, I guess. Yes, it's about, let me check my watch real quick here. It's about 4:25. Still got a couple hours to kill before I have to be over at the club for load-in. So I'll just I'm going to take a cruise. I'm figuring I'm only about 15 minutes away from 20 maybe, away from the venue. So I'll just kind of cruise and see what else we can see. All right. Hey, I decided to head east on Foster. Remember, we were heading north on Harlem. And when I hit Foster, which is where I have to go the opposite direction, I'm going to head west to get to the club, but I have some time to kill. So I'm going east on Foster. And traffic's not too bad this far out from the center of town, and that right now, at least. I shouldn't speak too soon. But yeah, we're coming up on. It's mostly Foster is kind of a main drag in the city, in the central city, or on the north side, more towards the lake. As you get further west, it becomes residential. As you see, it's mostly residential area, and this is the way it is out until it kind of ends right where we're going to, not far from where we're going to be at Cumberland. It kind of stops there, and then it does continue on, and it's one of those streets that it'll appear again along the way. Nagel, this is one of the few streets that changes names. Around my neighborhood, it's called Narragansett. So we'd be north of my neighborhood. Like I said, we're 5,200 north. My old neighborhood was 2,400. We're crossing one of those diagonal streets, and this is, I believe this is Higgins. Yeah, this is Higgins. There's a few of them together right here that are diagonal. There's Milwaukee Avenue, which runs all the way downtown. Elston Avenue runs not too far from here either. And Northwest Highway, we're going to play a gig on Northwest Highway out near Harlem next week or 2 weeks from now. So you're seeing too much of my steering wheel there, but not too. Chicago Park District is probably one of the best things about Chicago. It's a great park system. They keep them up. It runs independently or somewhat independently from the city itself. So the city doesn't control what happens in parks. I mean, obviously they have to, the police, police it, and there's an interaction between the city and the parks. But it was set up that way a long time ago to preserve the lakefront, so that there wouldn't be any private buildup that ruins so many lakefronts. That's why there's all those parks up along the lake, and while the lakefront is a beautiful place. This is not beautiful traffic. You might see, I don't know if I can show you. I don't know if you're seeing them. We're crossing across the Kennedy Expressway, which is 94 towards O'Hare. But we're coming on a conglomerate of streets here. This is a intersection of Milwaukee Northwest Highway and Central. Central is the street I grew up near. Also, will be south of here. We're actually we'll take Milwaukee up north. So I think I'm taking a left on Central, and then I'll take a left on Milwaukee. Milwaukee's kind of a cool street to drive up. My buddy Bobby Apollo lives right off Milwaukee. He's been there for a long, long time. He's going to be out to play the gig with us tonight and sit in with us. But he's the original bass player from Tumbleweed back in the day. And this is kind of in his neighborhood. And I've stayed with him before and hung out. We hung out. So yeah, here we go. And it's a right away. I have to take a left right away. So aren't you glad you aren't driving? Okay, I'm going to come across here, and then we'll get on Milwaukee. There's the pretty big liquor store over here, famous liquor store, been there for a long time. And we'll see how I can get across this. Boom. A little taste of driving in Chicago. And we're on the northwest side. You figure I'm going to see if I can get by here. I think I can. Yeah, there we go. All right. So a lot of kind of interesting stuff down here. There's an old bar, 4 o'clock bar that I've been in many times. I think it's still open on this side of the street. Let me see if it's still there. It's right over here somewhere. The Thirsty, it's called the Thirsty Tap now. It used to be called the Home Base or Third Base or something like that. But anyway, you're not seeing because I'm too far out on this widescreen. That gives you a feel of driving down up Milwaukee Avenue. We're going northwest. This is an angle street. This is like almost a pure angle street northwest. We got Deli, Andy's Deli to the left, where that's a Polish deli. If you go further down Milwaukee, there's tons of it's the Polish American neighborhood, right? We're right near where Bob's at here, Bryn Mawr, Milwaukee. There's a place used called the Prohibition on the corner here. This place here. I guess it's closed down. They didn't make it. They were trying to start to have some live music over there. Lots of little joints. They used to have music that don't. That goes everywhere. I think I'll leave it at that aspect. We'll probably drive up to Tasty, not Tasty Hasty. I remember Tasty Hasty used to be in Milwaukee. That was one of my favorite hot dog places that closed probably 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Great garden dogs. They were up around this area. I forgot exactly where they were at. Little shack. There are a lot of little shack places that have hot dogs or beefs. Yeah. Coming up, there's various places. So many places have changed, obviously, over the years. I occasionally get up this way still, up north. Usually I just get to Bob's house and back into town, but we're kind of getting to almost the edge of, once we get to where we see it's Mighty Dog. That's the name of the place, Mighty Dog. And it's kind of like a famous statue of a dog, not a dog, hot dog, in some kind of a jungle suit. You'll see it. I'll get to that far. So, there was a bar that was on this corner when I was in junior college, we'd go there a lot after. I remember we went there after football games and stuff. It was over here somewhere. I don't know, but it ain't there no more. And there used to be a beef place right around the corner here. Let me see what it is now. It used to be a place, Roma's Beef. They have 2 locations, one on Cicero Avenue And they have one here. This turns into Elston dumps into Milwaukee right here. Elston is another diagonal street. Let me see what's happening here with this. Used to be the beef place. No, I don't think we passed it. I don't know. Oh, it's a Babbo's now, Italian beef. It's a Babbo's. That might be good. Who knows? Can't go to all of them. Can't go, at least not anymore. Remember, used to take the fast food tour with Fat Haynes back in the day, back in high school. We used to drive around and we go to, there's the Super Dog. There's the famous, with the girl, yeah, the guy and the girl, hot dogs. And it's a drive-in. They still do the drive-in kind of thing. And I wonder if a few places that still does that in this area at least. And it's kind of world famous, or whatever you call it, beyond Chicago. People know it. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. We're going to turn around. We're actually, beyond this, there's the forest preserves where you see the trees coming, the high trees. There's lots, like picnicking stuff, and people use it for various recreation. But I'm gonna start turning back around and maybe find somewhere to get online. All right. Well, I actually tried to pull into the Starbucks and wanted to get online, but I guess that's why they're closed, or maybe they've been closed and they boarded up there. Looked like it's been open sometime in the last few days or whatever, but anyway, they closed down. So I'm stuck kind of going down Northwest Highway, another angle street, heading, actually, we'll pass by where we're going to be playing in a couple weeks. The Mystic Rogue, a fine Irish establishment, the Mystic Rogue. That will be down, so we'll pass by that, might as well. So we're heading southeast, back towards, everything kind of diagonals out from downtown, kind of a thing. So, yeah, I think the Mystic Rogue's just a little bit, another light maybe. So this is Northwest Highway. Kind of runs almost parallel with Milwaukee because they both run diagonally out. We're about a mile apart. So yeah, here we go, past this bank here. I got a little park here, and it's right with where the Metro, which is the what do you call it? Rapid Transit. Here it is, behind this subway. It's actually buried in the corner there. You can't really see it, but we passed it. There's a sign for it. And I don't know if you're seeing any of these things that I'm kind of going for, especially in this aspect that I'm in, this tight aspect. But it was quick to hold. So I'm going to try to just zip around. That's what I'm doing, is winding my way to the gig. I figured I'd kill some time over at the Jewel here. More food porn for y'all. $7, not too bad for a bunch of fancy cupcakes with flags and stars and stuff. I don't know, there's a whole bunch of them here. I wonder if they're going to sell them all. And fancy cakes here. Look at that. USA, USA, USA. Okay. Take your pick. Anyway, just thought I saw that walking in the door. Actually, pretty cool book, collector's edition, Jerry Garcia. I opened it up. It's got a bunch of neat pictures in it. $17.99 though. Ooh. So, anyway, for a real big deadhead with a few bucks, yeah, I just found it at the magazine rack they got over here at the Jewel. Next to it is General Grant, from cadet to command to drunk. No, that doesn't say that. It just says from cadet to command. So I guess they got a article on him in there. Something on okay, they got all the people in the news, the infamous people in the news here, of course. We're in Chicago here, so this guy, Justin Fields, is the hope for the quarterback position of the Chicago Bears. A little college football magazine. That's something I might pick up. Anyway, we got pretty good, actually, Big Ten magazine there. We got some pretty good selection of some sports stuff and some entertainment things and the usual garbage. There you have it. Another odd piece you wouldn't find at every supermarket, I guess. This is a child's kind of small. It's a small little camping chair. So that's very cute. Very cute. I just pulled down the street for the landmark. Little assuming place here, off the beaten path. So I pulled in quite a bit early. I figured, might as well kill time here. I'll leisurely load in and that. So, once we get stuff in, I'll kind of do a tour of the place. There's not much to see. It's a small bar and regular folk from last time I remember being here. Haven't played here yet, but I've been in the bar a couple times. I've seen one act for about a set. Last time we were kind of a rock cover band, kind of neighborhood folks playing. So, Marlon won't be here for a while, so I'm going to kind of leisurely load in my stuff. Just loaded my stuff into the building here. This is our corner we're going to set up in. We go up to the bar. It's just towards the back. The Johns are behind the band. This is the bar. There's the patio. And they got a front door, but most people come in the back, I think. And this is about all it is. There's our poster from Marlon made that poster. And let me get back a little bit. Yeah, you can see it now. Marlon always does a good job with posters. Of course, gambling machines, that's gambling legal in Illinois, so they can pay off on those. And, it's a tiny place, perfect size. We're going to pack this joint. All right, the world-renowned Marlon St. John shows up to the gig, and we're ready to load in. So
what time I said, but it's not what time it is.
So we're going to be hearing a lot more from Marlon tonight. So we're looking to rock. The whole place is the staff is all excited, and we're excited. So
well, they better be.
All right, so we'll catch you inside.
How was the trip up?
They'll say what?
How was the trip up?
Oh, it was a few events. Texarkana was pretty crazy. I pulled over and got under an underhang at a gas station, and wind blew everything, all the garbage cans around. It's hail sideways wind.
Oh my goodness!
Real nasty. It blew the power out around that area. So I stopped for an hour, then I got back on the road, and it was fine all the way the rest of the way. And I made it up to Texarkana, and it was so that was the only glitch kind of a thing. But that I'll be back an hour, no big deal. Now we're rolling. Okay. Hey, the Yamrozheks showed up. They're from the old St. James crowd. I went to St. James Grammar School around, where the heck was that? Mango and Fullerton and Menard and Fullerton in that area. Yeah. And Jim lived kind of next door.
One house over.
One house over, but there was a house in the back, so we can yell at each other from across the yard of the neighbors.
And we
did that. And then we played football together at Weber. We played next to each other in the line. He was the tackle, I was the guard. And then he went on to fame at Northern Illinois University, from what I remember. And then from there it was all history, man. So it's okay.
Sordid, and that's where I met my wife.
Okay. And it's just a love story to be told in a movie somewhere along the line. Hopefully,
okay.
It's like, yeah, okay, yeah. But anyway, it's great to see old friends, and so I'm glad you guys are here. And hopefully, Jim's going to help me out and take a couple photos while we're up there playing, or take some video. And anyway, okay, we'll be back.
Alrighty.
Chase the lines right over. Show your face this time. Keep the gates wide open. Fear the chains of mankind. Chains of mankind. Wave your flag, state your purpose. Come together, come around. It's time to stop to talk it over. Compromise and settle down. Chains of mankind. Are they lost, gone forever? Can we find the common ground? It's time to stop to talk it over. Compromise and settle down. Time will stop and say it's over, and shed these chains of mankind.
Okay, this is actually well after the gig. We packed up. It was great. We had a great time. We didn't have a really big crowd. I figured a holiday weekend. It's like, but I wound up going down to a White Castle on Grand Avenue and Mannheim, which is, I'm not even exactly sure what town that would be. Stone Park, maybe? Another park city. So we're heading back, and we're right around O'Hare Airport area. So that's kind of where I'm going to be staying. I'm going to be staying in Bensonville, which is another blue-collar kind of suburb. There's some nice places in Bensonville as well. But I'm looking for Irving Park Road again. That'll take me out towards that way. But it was great. Just needed to check in to make sure everybody knew that I'm still alive after that gig, but it wasn't that wild. It was a lot of fun. We had a few friends show up that were really quality people, and that's what life's all about, I guess. I'm guessing this isn't Irving yet. Okay, we're at Addison, I think. So yeah, we'll be coming on Irving Park Road, which will take me out towards Bensonville. And I'll check in with the pilot that I'm going to be staying at. Okay, I'm finally going to get to eat these damn double cheeseburgers from White Castle. Some of you might think it looks pretty nasty, but it's actually pretty good. It depends who you are, I guess. Anyway, I wound up. I'm back over at the Thorntons, which is south of where the pilot is. It's on, this is kind of like way out in the burbs here in Bensonville. I'm thinking this is still Bensonville, where we're at now. I don't know. There's not much you can see out here right now, but yeah.
But I went over to Pilot, and it's just jammed over there. There's lots of people hanging out and wanting to sleep there, and here it's pretty. The problem here is the Johns suck. They definitely suck here. And it never keeps shit clean, and they have a sink that is always, besides being filthy, is just like a weird kind of like I won't even bother with taking you in here. I don't know. I'm showing you again my dashboard, but it's dark. It's dark. It's night. What time is it? It's almost 3 a.m. And I've been drinking. I had about 4 or 5 beers, but that's not a whole lot to make me incoherent. But yeah, I got hungry. I didn't eat much today at all, so didn't want to be too full. You know, we had a good show. It was a very good show, and looking forward to one tomorrow too. We got another one at Fuller's, and see you then.
Saturdays on the road. Saturdays on the road.